Hope you're good. Hope you're having a good Sunday so far. I'm sure it's not been too bad after yesterday's result and performance. I thought the performance was good overall. Um, Fabulous, isn't it? Back-to-back wins. I mean, what can you say? It's just back-to-back wins when you're down the bottom of the league is just massive. I was saying to Gonzo, I think last week before the game, I was saying, like, if we can get back-to-back wins, if you're in a title race, that's like winning 6 or 7 on the spin. Do you know what I mean? It's a really big statement. Um, and I've just actually finished watching the Aston Villa Bournemouth game, which Aston Villa won 4-0. We've got Bournemouth next. Bournemouth were terrible. I thought they were really disappointing. Actually, I was funny enough. I put chucked a fiver on them to win there. So very surprising to see how poor they were actually. And by the way, no disrespect to Villa because they were good, but great news for West Ham. Great news for West Ham because Bournemouth look vulnerable at the moment. That was a really poor performance. They will certainly not be going into playing us feeling buoyant and confident. I'm sure of that. So, yeah, it's just a shame, isn't it? Now it's a shame we got that bloody international break. It's come at a bad time for us, really. You know, 2 back-to-back wins and say Bournemouth just losing. You feel like I just want to play them now, but it is what it is. I'm certainly not complaining, and it's nice, isn't it, to be going into this international break. I mean, I cannot remember the last time I went into international break feeling good, feeling like, I'm going to enjoy the next couple of weeks. It's going to be quite nice to be talking about West Ham. West Ham feels like a good subject, a good topic at the moment, which is it hasn't been for a long time, so it's good, really, really good. Right, going to chat about Nuno, chat about obviously the game yesterday. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe. Really do appreciate the support and hit the like button if you can, and give us a hype and everything else. It's just everything about this channel has been fabulous recently. I've got to be honest. The community is really good and lovely to see people yesterday. By the way, always great to catch up with people and chat to people, meet new people. So obviously, I'm referring to the game and also the process as well ahead of the game, which had a great turnout. I don't know where the media get their figures from. I'm very anti-media. Got to be honest, mainstream media. Don't trust a word they say pretty much any of the time. But that sort of personifies it, doesn't it? That was like the typical example. They said it on Match of the Day. Oh, there's about 2,000 to 3,000 fans. It was way more than that. But it's what it is. I'm not going to harp on about it. It was a great turnout for the protest. Very good. All very great atmosphere, no issues, no police weren't required or anything like that, which was, which we expected anyway. So it was great, really, 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 really good. So very big message again to the board, and I'm sure that will be continuing to be felt as these protests continue. There's a good feeling about West Ham at the moment. There really is. I don't want to get into takeover stuff at the moment, to be honest, because I think that's a subject for another day, and I will talk about it this week at some stage. But it feels closer than ever. It just feels closer than ever. I think that I genuinely do believe there's something going to happen at some stage. Not necessarily like, tomorrow, but I just get the feeling something's happening. I think something's happening at West Ham in terms of on the pitch as well. I'm so impressed with what I'm seeing from Nuno. Every time he speaks, I'm liking him more and more. Every time I see him, I'm liking him more and more. He's got that aura about him. And yesterday, look, the performance wasn't perfect. I thought we started quite slow. I thought we were quite timid. We looked quite nervous, which was a bit strange because I was expecting the opposite of that. I thought I was expecting us to come out to all guns blazing, to be honest, and feeling confident and wanting to continue that momentum that we'd built against Newcastle. But it didn't feel like that. It actually felt like we were quite cagey. I don't think we actually had much of a passage of play for the first 5-6 minutes or something. It was pretty much it was all them, really. We really did struggle to get into the game. But once Burnley scored their first goal, which was deserved, by the way, no issues with the goal. I mean, I thought it was pretty basic goal. We didn't really defend it very well. It just felt a bit like, we weren't quite at it. It's weird. It's like that goal sort of sparked us into life. It felt like a little bit like Newcastle. It just sort of bang, we were up and running after that, and we responded really well. It was a really good day. Really, really good day all round. I was very, very pleased with how we conducted ourselves. But there's something about this West Ham team under Nuno that just has me excited. I don't know whether you feel the same. I get the feeling you will. The majority of you watching this will feel the same because there's something when there's certain types of characters, aren't there, that grab the attention that you kind of you connect with. And West Ham, we're quite a unique club, I think, for that at times. I think we've got a real way of connecting with certain players, managers, people like that. We do have that connections. I mean, you can go through like so many, Ginger Pele, Thomas Soucek, a bit of Soufal, didn't we, as well? Fornals, these certain people that come to West Ham and they just seem to they get it. You know what I mean? They really get it. They connect. They understand what it all means. And I just get that feeling from Nuno. I really get that feeling that he's someone that's connecting with West Ham. He's connecting the fans with the team. And there's something about this team. When I was watching it yesterday, this fight we've suddenly got, and I don't know how he's done it. Really, I've got to be honest. I'm quite stunned by how good things have changed so quickly. You've only got to go back a couple of weeks. That little time, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were, Brentford, horrendous. We were one of the worst performances I've seen from West Ham. We were so bad. There was no fight. There was no togetherness, nothing. We went to Leeds and look, it was better. It wasn't great. We obviously lost, but we started to see a little bit of an improvement. And then we had that period between Leeds and the Newcastle game. And I don't know. I mean, Nuno did say that he was excited. He was really looking forward to the Newcastle game because of all the work that had been put in. And I was at that time sort of dismissing it really because I felt like we hear all this all the time. We've been working so hard, and then we were served up a load of dross. But it was a fabulous performance against Newcastle. It just felt, and it wasn't just the performance. It wasn't just what happened in terms of what we did with the ball. It was how we conducted ourselves. This togetherness. Like I put in the title, that band of brothers that would fight for each other. And I saw it again yesterday, like in abundance as well. This real fight about us. And it's just fabulous. It really is. I mean, that's 2 games down the spin where we've gone behind and we've not crumbled at all. We've actually responded. It's sparked us. It's angered the players. I mean, no, we ain't having this. We're winning this game. And once we got that equaliser, I just thought we'd win. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. You wouldn't have said that 2 weeks ago. You just would not have said it. If you had gone back to let's say 3 weeks ago, before the Newcastle, what we've seen in the last 2 games, even if we were 1-1 at half time, I don't think any of us would have been confident. I would not have gone into that second half thinking we're going to go and win this game. I felt that yesterday. But we're going to win this game. We are going to win this game. Yeah, brilliant. I'm so impressed with what we're seeing under Nuno. I'm so pleased, so grateful for what he's delivering at this football club because it's exactly what we need. And I'll tell you what I'm really liking as well: the way that we are protesting against the club and the ownership, and yet we're supporting the team so well, and the team are turning things around. And I like the fact that that's clearly a separate situation. Do you know what I mean? It's because it so easily could be murked together. You could easily say that, West Ham fans aren't helping the situation because of they're attacking the club. That's the reason we're struggling. But it's clearly not the case, because I've got to say, I thought the atmosphere yesterday was really good. It was very good against Newcastle as well. But the atmosphere at that London Stadium yesterday was noisy. Where I was sitting, it was singing pretty much throughout the whole game. Really, really good. It was so great, and it's just there's something building at West Ham under Nuno. No 2 ways about it. And I'm feeling more and more confident every time I watch us now, and it builds throughout the game. I'm not just saying at the end of the game I feel more confident. I'm watching more and more of us, I'm thinking we're looking like a good team. Got to mention Matheus Fernandes, by the way. Yesterday, I thought he was excellent. He was really good throughout the whole game as well. He was a really top performing player out on that pitch. He was quick. His decision making was excellent, but he was just so quick in his passing, his movement. There was one point, and it was caught on Match of the Day, which I'm glad it was, where the ball came into him in midfield, and he sort of just held his position. And as the ball came to him, he then just burst into pace and burst forward, and they didn't read it. The Burnley midfield, and it was just so good. Like within a second, he was already like 5 yards away. You know what I mean? He burst into pace and just started creating. I just thought it was so impressive. I really, really rate him. He really excites me as a player, and I think, looking at that team now, we just look good. We look like a team that's up for the fight. We look like a team that's looking more and more confident and more likely to stay in this Premier League. I want to share actually the Premier League table. So I've just finished watching the 2:00 game. So that was the game I watched was the Bournemouth Villa game. So the only game left now, I believe, is the Liverpool Man City Liverpool game, which I'm going to go and watch in a bit. But this is the Premier League table at the moment in terms of the bottom, and you can just see now, like, I mean, I've got to say, Newcastle United, bloody hell. I mean, they're 2 points ahead of us. I mean, we were relegated, bloody 2 weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? I was one of them saying it. We're going down. We ain't got no chance to stay in this league. We're 2 points behind Newcastle. I mean, I think the results have worked out very well for us. Fair play to Brentford. Big win for them today. And they do seem to be turning around. Look at their form. I mean, that's like 4 wins in the last 6 games. They are starting to pull away. I've got to say, I'll credit to Brentford because I actually had them down as being a team that was going to really struggle this season. Not to say they are out of it, because they're not. I mean, really, but you're looking at that league table now. I'll tell you what, we talk about teams getting sucked into it. I think you've got to say Newcastle's starting to look like a team getting sucked into this, because they've lost now. West Ham, of course, lost 3-1. They've now lost 3-1 to Brentford. That's 2 huge losses for them. Fulham, again, losing. Look at their form. They've lost 5 in the last 6 games. Leeds, I mean, I always keep thinking, every season, I was worried about this. I said this in videos earlier in the I've been saying for quite a while, you want 3 worst teams in you, especially when when you're down the bottom, you think there's got to be 3 worst teams than us. I'm looking at this table now and the form, and I think it's starting to shape up that we could find there are 3 worst teams. And that's because we're looking all right. We're starting to turn around now. We're starting to purr West Ham. We're starting to look like a team. And if we can go to Bournemouth and pull off a result there, which I've got to say, after watching today's game, they were poor. They really weren't. They were not good. I think it's an opportunity there for us. But I'm looking at that table now, and I'm thinking, I think Wolves are just in such big trouble. I don't see them getting out of this. When you look at that, I mean, already they're 8 points out from safety already, and that's enough. That's a mountain to climb, isn't it? I mean, bloody hell, you're 8 points. Sorry, 7 points off Nottingham Forest in 19th. 7 points. I mean, that's a lot to make up when you're down the bottom. That's not easy. I mean, if they win the next 2 games, they're still bottom of the league. Do you know what I mean? It's really tough. And when you've what's that? Look at that, 2 points in the last 6 games. That's terrible. But I'm looking at 3 teams worse than us now, and I'm sort of picking them out already. I'm thinking Wolves, Burnley, Leeds, Fulham are looking really shaky. There are teams down there. I think Nottingham Forest are starting to pick up, like us. I think under Sol Dice, to be fair to him, they seem to be picking up now. But yeah, it's certainly looking and feeling a lot better, isn't it? At West Ham at the moment, at that Premier League table. I mean, look, we're still in the bottom 3, but there's a long way to go, and I'm starting to feel a lot better about things, and it's great. It's really great, and it's just typical now. When that happens, you're like, international break. No, we don't want it now. We really want to be playing Bournemouth. I want to be playing Bournemouth tomorrow if I could, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. I'm certainly not going to be complaining at all. I'm feeling really good and really, really pleased. And that was a good day yesterday. Another really good day. Back-to-back home wins. I mean, bloody hell. The last time we'd won before Newcastle was back in February at London Stadium. We've won 4 Premier League games. Sorry, we've won 4 games at the London Stadium all year, and 2 of them were in a week in the last week. Crazy, absolute crazy. But look, it's mad how things can turn around so quickly, and long may it continue, because I don't know about you, I'm feeling far better. I'm feeling really grateful that we got Nuno. I've got to be honest. He is just such an impressive guy. The way he carries himself, the way his aura about him, everything about Nuno, I'm just so impressed. Every time he speaks, I'm impressed with it, and I'm just, really, really good. Really, really good. It was a good day yesterday, and for many reasons, it was a good day, as I've said. So, look, I will be back tomorrow. There will be a podcast from ex-WHU employee about 4:00. So whether I'll be doing the video, I might do another video, then we'll do that on Tuesday. I'll find out a bit more, but there will be a video tomorrow. We'll have a catch up then and see how things are. But look, enjoy the rest of your weekend, what's left of it, and I'll catch you later. Come on, you Irons.